So our topic is wood. This is the part one or the lecture number one of our module, and we will discuss the different characteristics of wood and the different types of trees we can use for construction and furniture making. So wood is used in architecture as a as furnitures. You can use it for windows, doors, ceiling, partition. So there are a variety of ways that you can use wood. And wood has different characteristics or properties, no, that it makes an attractive building material. So it is the wood creates a warm feeling when you're inside a room. No? It creates it insulates the room, no, from outside temperature, and it creates a relaxing environment. No? So it is also very workable because wood can be easily shaped using simple tools, no? Like uh, saw. You can use chisel, no, to create shapes, no, the shapes on wood. Another is it has an infinite variety, no, because no two trees are alike. Even the trees have the same species, it has different characteristics, no, different shades of a color, different uh, lines inside the trees, no. So you can uh, make variations of designs using the different variety of woods available or trees available. So trees are also used for building bridges, no? Bridges, homes. It can be used for furnitures. It can be used for creating components of the building, like doors and windows and ceiling, floors. No? So as you can see, wood, no, is a material that was used, no, even during the primitive time, no, even during the prehistoric time. It is a number one material that they use because of the easy. You can easily work on the material. So uh, the tree, it has a it's a material that adapts with the nature, with the environment, no? Because the tree, because the tree, in case of storm, in case of uh, uh, drought, in case of rain, no, the tree can adapt, no, to the environment or the climate where it is planted. So as you can observe, no, other countries has their specific type of trees. In the Philippines, we have specific type of trees that we commonly see. No, it's an endemic species in the Philippines. So it's very important that you use what are that you use in your construction, the trees that are widely available in the Philippines, so that it will not ruin the what you call this, the balance of uh, ecological balance of trees that are planted in the Philippines. There is what you call an effect, no, if you plant a tree that is only planted in Canada, or it's only planted in South America, that you plant it in the Philippines. It will not, it's not a tree that will grow or uh, uh, that can propagate the species, no, in the Philippines. So another thing is the tree, no, or the wood, no, it can easily burn, no. It burns slowly, no, because if that tree is as you can see, if the tree is um, has moisture in it, no, it doesn't burn that fast. Unlike plastic, no, the characteristic of plastic, it burns easily and it produces toxins, no. Unlike trees, no, if you burn it, no, it produces only smoke, no. Uh, and trees has natural colors and wood has natural colors, no. You can also modify the color of the wood that you harvested or that you will use, and put stain. No, you can put wood stain so that it can be darker, or you can bleach it to make it lighter, or you can put certain dyes to create other colors. No? But the wood grain will still be the same. No? The wood grain will still appear, but you can create other tones, no, of colors. So that is how flexible the wood is. So wood is a hand fibrous material that forms the main substances of the trunk or branches of a tree. It is cut and used on timber or for fuel purposes. It is a solid material derived from woody plants, not only trees but also shrubs. It is a heterogeneous, hygroscope, and cellular material. There are different types of wood. There are what you call the hardwood and the softwood. Samples of hardwoods are oak, maple, mahogany, cherry, walnut, rosewood, teak, and others. So, softwoods are pine, ash, hickory, beech, birch, cedar, fir, and spruce. So you need to know what specific type of wood you want to use for that specific purpose. So that is why we are discussing this topic, for you to be familiar with the different types of wood. Okay. Wait. Okay. So it is a timber. It is a wood material. Timber is a wood material which is manufactured into boards. It is used for building, carpentry, and various construction or structural purposes. It can be rough or finished. As a rough, it is a raw material for furniture making and other items required for additional cutting and shaping. As finished, it is available in drill sizes for construction industry and for high-grade flooring. So timber is available in different forms. No? Okay, so timber. So timber, which is sawn and cut into suitable commercial sizes, it is called a converted timber. Okay, so yun ang tawag doon. It's called a converted timber. The timber that is sawn into suitable commercial sizes. And if it's obtained after the tree is the falling of the tree, it's called a rough timber. If it is immediately used after the tree was cut, it's called a rough timber. So if you harvest parts of the existing tree, it's called a standing timber. No, because you didn't cut the whole tree, you just get some parts of the tree. It's called a standing timber. So remember these three definitions of different timber in different forms. So what is the differentiation between timber and wood? So wood is included in all types of. It can be burning wood, structural wood, furniture wood, and others. No? So it is also suitable for structural purposes, and we call it timber. So if you will use wood for structural purposes, it's called timber. So if you will use it for what you call this furniture, it's not called timber, it's called wood. Okay, wood is commonly found in the stems and roots of trees, and its natural composite is cellulose fibers. It's the main composition of the wood, which is cellulose fibers. Timber is used to refer to any stage of wood after the tree has been cut down. This may include the felled tree, wood processed for construction, wood pulp for lumber, for paper and production. Timber is also known as lumber. So the common terminology that we use in construction is lumber. No, we don't commonly use timber in construction in the Philippines. So this is the common terminologies that we use. Okay. So properties of timber. Timber with heavy weight is considered the best quality. So if the timber is heavy, it means that it has high quality. It should be hard, uniform, and compact, and it should have dark colors, straight fibers, and shining appearance, and should be free from defects and good sound, and should emit when it's struck. So if you want to know if the timber that you harvest or you you cut is it's in a good quality, you need to knock on the timber. No? You just knock on it or strike it, and if it creates a nice, a solid sound, no, it means that it is a good timber. So seasoning of timber. So seasoning is the process of drying the timber in order to remove all the plant juices and moisture out of it so that it will not decay. Seasoning of timber may be done naturally and artificially. So seasoning, it means that you get out you get out all the moisture and collect all the sap inside the tree or the trunk or the timber. Then that is what you call seasoning. No? So it can be done by natural method or it can be done by artificial method. Okay, so that is what you call seasoning of the timber. Another one is preservation of the timber. What is preservation? It is the process which to protect the timber from moisture, fungi, insects, and direct weathering effects to ensure the increase of life. Oil, paints, coal tar, chemical salts, and other preservatives are used. So this one, the preservation, it means that you already season the timber, and when you are installing the timber for use, no, for your use, which is for either for furniture, for doors, windows, no, or for trusses, you preserve it. No? You preserve it. You put chemicals or oil in order to protect the wood from outside moisture, from the outside, from the environment. So it means that there are also what you call these insects. There are also animals that can fungi that can destroy the timber. So in order to protect the timber from the outside, no, so from the source from the outside, you need to preserve the timber. Okay, so there is a big difference between seasoning and preserving the timber. So industrial timber which is scientifically prepared in factory to get the desired shape, appearance, and strength, it is known as the industrial timber. It is available in various varieties such as plywood, veneer, laminated timber, blackboard, fiberboards, and others. So we will now discuss what are the industrial timbers. So one is the veneer. Veneers are thin sheets or slices of wood of superiority quality which are knife cut by various processes. So that the sample is if you have a large size of wood, you cut it by thin slices, as thin as a paper or as thick as a board, and that is called a veneer. Okay, so the thickness varies from 4 millimeter to as much as 6 millimeter or even more. Okay, another is plywood. Plywood is prepared by cementing together thin board or sheets, no, and into wood panels. Okay, so these three or more veneers, which has always odd numbers, are placed one above the other so that the grain of each layer is right angle. So the thickness varies from 3 millimeter to 5 millimeter. So another type of industrial timber is the fiberboard. So fiberboard is rigid boards which is prepared after process of pieces of wood, cane, and then pressing them together. That is why it's called process of pressed wood or reconstructed wood. It is available in various forms like laminated boards, hard boards, and it is used for paneling, suspended ceiling. So fiberboard, no, it's made of pieces of wood that are turned into fibers to a smaller fiber shape or fiber piece. So it is glued together, it is pressed and then glued together, then you can create a fiberboard. The common size of these boards, so, or these industrial timbers, is about 4 feet by 8 feet. That is the commercial size. It's 1.2 meters by 2.4 meters. That is the commercial size of a board. Okay. So the other one is the block board. It has a core made of strips of wood glued joined to form a slab, which is further glued between two or more outer veneers in such a way that the direction of the grain of the core block running to the right angles of the adjacent outer veneers. There are two types of these types of block board, which is the commercial and the decorative. So it is made of blocks, of wood blocks, and then joined together. So it creates a block, which is a board. Another one, which is a hardboard, it is manufactured from wood waste. So this one, it is almost the same as the fiber board, but the wood that you will use comes from waste. It is obtained from the sawmills. So if you cut wood and then there are fibers that are being excess fibers that are being collected, then you glue it together, then you create the hardboard. So it can also be chips or large fragments of the wood, so that they can be glued together to create the hardboard. So it can be used for exterior wall paneling, ceiling, siding, stable, and countertops. Other one is the batten boards. So the batten boards are just like laminated boards and blocks. They are made of timber blocks of width of 8 cm to 2 to 3 cm thick. Direction of the grain or core battens is the right angle of adjacent to the out of the ply of the sheets. They're used for door panels, tabletops, and other large surfaces. So these are the batten boards. So what you do is the pieces of wood are joined together by glue and by wood joints, and they are sanded so that they are called the batten boards. So you can use that for countertops, tabletops. You can use that for door paneling. So that are called batten boards. So we have different forms of timber. One is the battens. So the batten boards, which is the timber sizes, is batten in form. So they are small section timber pieces. Usually the size is about half inch to 2 inches. Sometimes it's about 1 inch to 3 inches. So that is called battens. So logs are trunks of trees left after removing all the branches. These are called logs. So after you cut the trees, then you remove the branches, it's called a log. Okay? The bulk is a rough squared sawn log. So if you cut the log and shape it to a square, it's called a bulk. Another one is the plank. So if you cut the log and saw into pieces having parallel sides less than 5 cm and the width is more than 5 cm, now it's called planks. The width of the plank is 5 cm approximately to 14 cm. If it's more than 14 cm, which is 15 cm, it will be called it's now called a board. Okay, so the plank is smaller than the board. So a timber board is about 5 cm thick to 15 cm wide. So that is a board. So a deal is a parallel slice piece, thickness from 5 to 10 cm, and the width should not exceed 23 cm. So the batten is smaller, the plank is smaller than the board, and the board is smaller than the deal. Okay? Scantlings are timber pieces. Thickness and breadth is always more than 5 centimeters, and the length is not less than 20 centimeters. So that's scantling. The pole or the spar is a log having a 20 centimeter diameter. So these are the different forms of timbers. Okay, so qualities of a good timber. What are the qualities? So a good timber should be hard, tough, and durable. It should be heavy, straight, and have compact fibers. So the fiber should be compact, properly seasoned, elastic, dark and uniform color, sweet smell, and freshly surfaced and adequate fire resistance. So that is a good timber. It should be capable of resisting the action of fungi, chemicals, and physical agencies, and free from knot, twists, upsets, burrs, and shakes. The clear ringing sound should be emitted by the timber when struck. So that is what I am telling you previously. You need to strike the timber and observe the clear ringing sound of the timber. So the timber is composed of different cells, no? The 3 cells, no? So it's cylindrical cells. So this is a sample of a cell structure of a softwood, no? So as you can see, if you will use a microscope, you will see this what you call this detail of the cell of a wood, no, or a tree. Okay, so based on cell, no, we can now determine the different types of wood. It is the spring wood and the summer wood. The spring wood is a faster growing type of wood, but the cells are larger. It is less dense. No? The cells, no? the fibers or the cells inside the tree. The summer wood, it is slower in growth, no? But the cells smaller are dense. It has smaller cells and it is dense. So that's the difference between spring wood or summer wood, the early wood and the late wood. Okay, so the tree composition. So we have the bark, cambium, sapwood, heartwood, and pith. No? So those are the different compositions of the tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we will see it on a different drawing. As you can see, this is the bark, the outer bark. This is the cambium layer. After the bark is the cambium layer. Then we have the inner bark, which is part of the sapwood and the heartwood. And we have the pith, no? Which is in the middle of the tree. Okay, so each the heartwood and the sapwood has rays. This is called the rays, no? And the rays is composed of what you call these cells, no? Which is the summer wood and the spring wood cells. Okay, so this type of what you call this compositions of wood, no, it's common to all types of wood. No, it's a common characteristic to have all of these layers, no, in the different types of wood. Okay, so now the hardwood, no, as you can see in the drawing, it's like maple, oak, ash, beech, and birch. It is used for flooring, moldings, and furniture. Okay, so now we will go to the different types of trees. No? We have the oak. No? The oak tree is a heavy, strong colored hardwood. It is used to craft American and English country design. It is commonly used for sports goods. Its color is yellowish brown and possesses straight silvery grains. The weight is around 865 kilograms. It's very strong and durable. So this is a common type of wood that is used for baseball bat, you know, for tennis racket. Okay, so for archery bow. So this is the common material. Another one is the maple. Maple is so hard and resistant to smoke, and it is often used for bowling alleys. No? The bird eye figure of the maple is said to be the result of stand growth and is quite rare. It is used for American colonial furniture. So the maple is common in Northern America, which is Canada and some part of the northern part of the US. No? And the tree also produces what you call the maple syrup, aside from being used as a material for furnitures. It's also the sap is also harvested for the syrup. Another one is the mahogany. Mahogany is also known as the Honduras mahogany, and much as 10 valuable woods. So this is the 10 strong but not durable, not as beautiful when finished. So mahogany is used for furnitures. It is used for cabinets. No? So this is the common use for mahogany. It's color red. No? So cherry is sometimes called the fruit wood, and it is grown in the eastern half of the USA. It is called the New England mahogany. So it is often used to craft 18th century colonial and French provincial design. So the cherry, the cherry wood, the cherry tree, it's a fruit wood. So it bears the fruit of the cherry. So it's commonly seen in the eastern part. No? So it's the eastern part is the California, the Utah area. So you can see a lot of cherry trees in that area. So another one is the walnut. Walnut is the most versatile and popular cabinet making wood. It's grown in Europe, America, and Asia. It is strong and durable without being excessively heavy. So it's used for uh, furnitures. No? It's used for chairs. No? It can be used for chairs, cabinets. No? The walnut. So another one is the rosewood. Rosewood is a dark reddish brown color hardwood. No, it's fragrant and has close grain. It's easily to work and takes high to polish. It is used for piano furnitures. No, if you have a furniture that has hardwood, a cabinet, if you open the cabinet, you can smell the scent of the hardwood, the rosewood inside. So this is a common cabinet that is fragrant. No? So if you put your clothes inside the rosewood cabinet, the clothes will absorb the scent of the wood, which is fragrant. So we have the teak. The teak wood is a yellow, dark brown hardwood, which is extremely heavy, so strong and durable. So this is another type of wood that is being used for shipbuilding, railway sleepers because of the resistant to what you call this insects. No, so this is a resistant to ant. Okay. Another one is the birch. No, the birch is a hard, heavy wood, grain hardwood with a light brown or reddish colored hardwood and cream or light sapwood. So this is another type. So this birch, no, it's also a common material that is being used for veneer. No? So because of the light color of the wood, no? So it's you can see this type of colors usually on the interiors of lobbies of hotels or usually in residential areas because it's very light and sort of the light brown. Another one is cedar. So this is a nutty softwood which has been a red brown color with light streaks. It's aromatic and moth repellent qualities have made popular for boxes, lining drawers, simple cases, storage closet. This is another type of wood that you use for closets or cabinets because of the aromatic color and the moth repellent qualities. No? So this is commonly used for cabinets and drawers and china cabinets, clothes cabinets. Okay, the cedar wood. Another is the redwood, no? A rare, valuable, and best quality. It comes from the hardwood, resistant to deterioration, sunlight. It's used for outdoor furniture. Another is hemlock. It's lightweight and uniformly textured, has low resistance to decay, and non-resinous. It is used for construction of lumber, plant, doorboards, paneling, and subflooring, and craftwork. So that is one material, no, that is used for outside, no, outside the building, the hemlock. So the spruce, this is a strong and lightweight, has low resistance to decay, and moderate shrinkage. No? So it's used for marts, crates, ship and aircraft boxes, general millworks, and ladders. Another is the fir. It is easy to work and finishes well, uniform in texture and no residues and has low resistance to decay. It is used for making furniture, doors, veneer, and interior trim. So the pine, no, so the pine wood. So this is a soft wood, and this is lightweight. The grain is the straight grain and lax figure. It comes from the pine tree, no. You can see most of this type of wood being used in areas like Baguio or some areas that has a lot of pine trees, no. So it has a certain aromatic fragrance. There is a certain bright color in it, so it's a nice interior material for interior finishes. Another is the ash. No, it's a heavy ring porous wood, has prominent grains to resemble oak and white to light brown colors. No? Another is the hickory. So this is one of the hardest and heaviest softwood. And pecan is a species of hickory that sometimes used in furnitures. No? So this type of wood also is very commonly used for veneer, no? The hickory wood. So the beech is also a type of wood that you can use. You can seldom. You can frequently see in veneer finishes. The beech. No. So it has tiny pores and large conspicuous medular arrays. No, because of the large medular arrays, it's very nice to use it on wood large areas, no, on walls. So it is a common material for creating veneer. So the bubble it's a used for bull cart, tool handles, agricultural instruments. So this is a tough, durable, but it's available only in small length, no, not in very large length. So we have the cheer. It's a straight long timber and have conical leaves. No, it's yellow. It's color in yellow and becomes more dark due to exposure. It's about 560 kilograms. Not that heavy. It's kind of medium in lightweight. It's used for sleepers of railways, piles, railways, and cheap furnitures. Another is this is also the bakul, and another is the banyan. Is a species whose aerial roots are utilized for tent poles, well carved. No, it's about 580 kilograms. So it's almost the same as the previous type of wood. No? Another is the bamboo. So bamboo is it's a shrub. No, it's a grass. No, so it's used for scaffolding, temporary structures. Okay. Another is the coconut, which is commonly seen in the Philippines. It's used for poles, piles, or framework in concrete construction. This is the coconut lumber. Okay? So another one is the sal. It's a very good variety of timber and can be used for any purposes, but not easy to work. It's color light, brown, yellow. It is used for tent pegs, doors, and window frames and wooden piles. And it cannot be used for decorative works. We have the sisham. It's called a tail or sishu, one of the most useful and high-class timber. It's heavy. It's good for furnitures, plywood, sport goods, railway sleepers, bridges. It's about dark. It's a dark golden, dark brown color. Okay? We have the arjun. So this is a very strong and durable lumber. So it's for posts, beams, rafters. As you can see in the picture, it's used for chopping boards. So it's a very hard, strong, heavy, durable timber. Another one is laurel. It's a hard, tough type of timber, and it's likely to crack and resist attack of dry rot. Its color is dark brown and used for house construction, boat construction, structural work, railway, and sleepers. Another is the mango. It's moderately strong. It's easy to color. It's to work on, and it's deep gray color. So it is used for making cheap furniture, packing boxes, panel doors, and windows. So it's not that expensive. No? This type of wood. Another one is a tamarind, which is we also use it in the Philippines. It's a fruit-giving tree, very nutty and durable timber. The color is dark brown. It is used for sugar mill and carts, bricks, brick burning, and agricultural implements. Okay, so